Hey everyone, Theron Asbury here with Revital Outdoors, bringing you another exciting podcast. Tonight, we're going to interview a BFL angler from the Shenandoah division. We're going to interview Mr. Tyler Farmer. Tyler got a top 5 finish. I believe he was runner-up last year in the BFL tournament on Smith Mountain Lake. So very, very excited to talk to Tyler. He's going to talk to us about his tournament last year, what he predicts for this year. So it's going to be a lot of great content coming your way. Before we get started, as always, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified when all of our content is dropping. We're up almost to 100 videos interviewing all of these BFL anglers, having a lot of fun doing it. A lot of great content coming from it. These guys are the absolute hammers at all of the lakes and all of the BFL divisions. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. Also, check us out, Revital Outdoors, on Facebook and Instagram. And if you've never heard of Revital Outdoors, we're a premium CBD company for all outdoor enthusiasts. We have a huge lineup of premium CBD products, THC-free, made right here in America. So check out our website to order products and all the information behind our company and the products we serve to the outdoor enthusiasts. Also, if you're interested in pro staff opportunities, you can click that pro staff tab, fill out the application, and we'll be happy to review it. So that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's bring him into the podcast. Mr. Tyler Farmer, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you coming on board with the podcast. But, man, let's just get right into it. Shenandoah Division, Smith Mountain Lake. Smith Mountain Lake is probably a lake that I'm always going to have on my bucket list. I always need to plan a trip to go there. I hear there's a lot of big bags caught in the springtime on swimbaits. It's a great A-rig lake, jerk baits. So tell us a little bit about your tournament last year and what you liked so much about Smith Mountain.
You know, I just grew up in the area. I lived there. I lived about 35 minutes from the lake. So I've been fishing it my whole life with my dad, other people's parents that would take me when I was a kid. And that's just how that all got started. But the tournament last spring was, you know, it was a typical spring tournament. They were spawning, you know, kind of what we're going to end up running into probably with the second BFL on Smith Mountain this year. Made a long run up the Roanoke River. Caught 1 fish on a spinnerbait, 2 on a jig, and 1 on a buzzbait. Fished around for another couple hours, never had a bite. After all that, it was just, boom, it was over with. Come back down to Craddock Creek, ran around some little spawning pockets, and seen one that I had seen the weekend before, but it wasn't a locked-on type fish. It was just kind of cruising the area.
Mm-hmm.
Made a couple pitches with it on a drop shot and caught her. She was probably 4 pounds. You know, it won't no giant bass, but it was a pretty good bass for a tournament, a BFL, you know. I think that gave me my 4th, either my 5th fish. They gave me my 4th fish. And the rest of the day, I was just struggling because it was just overcast. You couldn't see, windy, everything like that. And finally, at the end of the day, about 2 hours left to fish, I ran up into just a little ways up the Blackwater River. And I picked up a spinnerbait and was just rolling down some little over lay down stuff like that. And I think that fish, that was my biggest fish of the day, was probably 2 hours left. It was like a 560, 570 on a spinnerbait. Just come out of one of the tops of the lay downs and just bam, ate it. It was beautiful. Caught him, got her in the live well, did all this. And that was the last keeper I caught. I called out. That was the last keeper I caught. I didn't call out no more the rest of the day. Caught some short fish, but nothing that would have upgraded me to that. I want to think I had like 1870, 1880, something like that. A good buddy of mine actually won the tournament, Luke Nichols. He is he's a hammer on that lake. I mean, he really is.
Okay. So, man, they're up shallow. They're up spawning. I assume that means that Smith Mountain's got some clear water in it.
Yes, sir. Very clear. It's, you know, you can run up to the Roanoke River is the largest arm of the whole lake. And you have to run, if you're looking for muddy water, you're going to have to run almost to Linville, which is 3/4 of the way up the river. Blackwater River is considerably smaller. If you're looking for muddy water on that side, you probably won't have to run, but maybe, you know, up to about the mouth of Gills Creek, because I'm sure they've had a lot of rain up there. We actually just moved to Richmond, so I haven't had a chance to get on the lake. But I'm sure that rain from Roanoke is coming down the Blackwater River and the Roanoke River as well.
Okay. So is that what you presume is going to happen? Is pretty much, you know, everyone's going to be running the banks to spawning, or is there still going to be some pre-spawners going to be caught? And if so, I mean, what are some other patterns that guys can do if they don't want to go up and look at them?
You know, it's just I know it's 2 tournaments. I think it's back-to-back weekends, BFLs on Smith Mountain. And the first one is probably going to be a strong pre-spawn bite. The bass are going to be up eating. They're going to be up cruising the banks. They're going to, you know, they're going to be up there. You're probably going to catch a few on a jerkbait, wiggle wart, a rock crawl or something like that out there in that probably 10, 12 foot of water. But as far as the shallow fish go, they're going to be up in 2 foot of water, ready to spawn. They're going to be ready to spawn. I don't see the first tournament being a spawn tournament. The second tournament will definitely be a spawn tournament. Okay. The 9th, I think that one is. The second, right. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, thinking along those lines, I mean, I guess we're just kind of depicting on a moon phase,
yeah,
or just a little bit warmer weather. But I don't know, old man winter, it seems like it won't, leave us alone here in the United States this year. Even down here in Florida, we're still getting kicked in the head.
Yeah.
So, it's really interesting with that. I have to ask, you talk about clear water. I know Smith Mountain is a notorious swim bait lake, and I know what I'm fixing to ask you. Is the A-rig going to play?
Probably, more than likely. I think the guy who's going to win the tournament is probably going to be doing something like that. I mean, he's going to find them fish that ain't quite ready to pull up just yet. They're kind of sitting out here suspended. He'll probably be looking at them with that graph and all that stuff, casting right to him. I think that's going to play. But, I mean, you don't know. That guy that's like me, that's not that technical of a bass fisherman, just kind of goes with it and gets up there and he finds the right 5. He might do something too,
Right. So I got you. Wiggle wart and a jerkbait. You're kind of speaking my language right there a little bit. So I got to ask, that being said, that tells me you're relating to, main lake points, secondary points with some rock on them. Is that kind of what you're fishing, the structure you're fishing?
Yes, sir. Secondary points, main lake points. I don't really fish the lake like a lot of guys that fish the lake. They fish the lake like they might have really good spots to go and they can catch 3 or 4, come back in an hour or 2, catch 3 or 4 off of them. I try to fish patterns. That's the way I was brought up. Learn how to establish a pattern. You can run all over the lake and catch them. Smith Mountain's definitely harder to do that than, let's say, Bugs Island. Bugs Island is a pattern lake. Smith Mountain is a spot lake. Mm-hmm. The guys who know the good spots, they're gonna do very well.
I got you. So what about for a co-angler in this tournament? What do they need to have on the day? Let's say a co-angler takes 3 rods. What do they need to bring?
Drop shot, jerkbait, and an Alabama rig. And just tell them if a guy's fishing docks, just cast that mug out in the back of the boat out in the middle of the lake and reel it in. Alabama rig, reel it in. Jerkbait, they're everywhere. They really are. That lake has got bass all over the place.
Right. And now is Smith Mountain one of those lakes you can target the spotted bass, you can target the largemouth, but for the most part, the guys that are winning the tournaments, they've got a big bag of largemouth with them.
Well, I don't know. So I mean, I may have confused you when I said spotted spots is what I meant when I said spots was like a good spot to be fishing.
Okay. I thought you meant there was spotted bass. No problem.
Yeah, like they have spots that they're going to be fishing, like a couple rock piles, couple stumps, maybe a lay down, something like that. But the guys, it's typically a smallmouth and a largemouth lake. Okay. And the guys who going to be winning are going to target largemouth. And the smallmouth do play now. Let me tell you, them guys that know how to catch them smallmouth, they can. I've seen 22-pound bags of smallmouth up here. So I mean,
holy cow!
Yes, sir.
That's insane. That's like Great Lakes style.
Yes,
that's insane. So, all right, I got you. So, real quick before we let you go. We got the family in the background.
Well, yeah. Hey, y'all want to come up here and look at something? Is it okay if I bring him up here for a second?
Oh, absolutely. Family is number one here.
Here's my little boy right here. We're gonna start fishing a little club tournament in Smith Mountain this year. Come here, Trent.
What's your name, buddy? Let's see what we got.
Hey, Trent, say hello.
Hello.
What's up, Trent?
He's ready to start fishing this spring anyway. He says he is. We're going to find out.
So, I got a question, though. Who's caught the bigger fish, Trent or you?
Trent has. Trent's the man. He caught a big striper last couple winters ago with me and my dad.
And I caught a bass and I caught a brownfish.
And a bonefish. That's right.
Wow.
Kids are crazy.
So,
and this is my little girl right here.
Oh, we got another future. There you go.
Say hello. Say hi.
What's her name?
Brindley Farmer.
Brindley Farmer. Okay, already a great fishing name. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, she's Daddy's girl too.
Absolutely. So,
man,
that's awesome. Really appreciate you introducing them on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely.
Trading up a little bit, get a little off subject. It's really great to see parents getting their kids out there fishing. I've always said the more that parents introduce their kids to fishing, the more opportunity that they'll have to never get themselves in trouble because they're not going to be able to afford to do it because this fishing stuff.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So especially with gas prices being the way they are, but man, that's really awesome. You got the next generation there. So really, really cool. Encourage everyone to take their kids fishing. Tyler, before we let you go, you obviously got a great fishing family. Really a lot of great information you've given us about Smith Mountain, and good luck to you this year in this tournament. You got second place last year, so hopefully we can walk away with that W. I know you got a lot of people that support you, a great family. So anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my wife. I mean, she puts up with me. I'm a hard head, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm stubborn as can be, and she really helps me with the kids and helping me be able to go fishing and, helping me find babysitters is the main thing, Last weekend, I didn't have a babysitter to fish on Kerr, so I had to back out of that one. But also my mom and dad, family, and I don't know, another one that I would like to thank a lot of is Dennis Stump. He owns Drop Zone Tackle, Rattle Shots. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He really has a good product right there. He really does.
Right. Yeah. So awesome, Tyler. Well, Tyler, I really appreciate you coming on board. For all the listeners out there, you've been talking to Mr. Tyler Farmer, second place finisher last year in the Shenandoah BFL Division tournament on Smith Mountain Lake. So good luck to you, Tyler, and all the anglers that are fishing the Shenandoah Division this year. Make sure before you go to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get notified when all of our content is dropping. And, of course, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. From all of us at Revital Outdoors, I'm Theron Asbury. Thank you for tuning into this podcast. Be safe out there. God bless. And we'll see you on the next podcast.
God bless you.